Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. So I'm really digging in deep to the sound aspect of getting on a detox level. So, and it's a deep it's a deep dive. There's a great documentary on energy healing on Prime. So if you have that, please go view it. You can come along with me on this journey. I got an encyclopedia on energy healing. I got some forks and a bowl and all that good stuff. So I'm really getting into that because it is the future of medicine. The authorities are getting irritated about that. They're freaking out about it, which is understandable because that's a huge part of our economy. So we're going to have to face that idea of a collapse as well. All the things at once I'm trying to cover. But for those of you that are watching that know that you have a specific purpose here, you are probably already heavily feeling the effects of what would be a Matrix-ish reality where there's a lot of Agent Smiths coming for you in droves. Like, so I'm a 12th house stellium. I feel like I've been training my whole life for this because I'm just swatting it off one right after the next. But when we enter this state of existence, and you haven't experienced that before, please don't take it to heart. Process it, understand it, find that inner strength. Strength means blessed with an enemy, right? So what we're doing right now is building an army. And for all of you who feel like you're being in some sort of punishment mode, it's not that. The universe is asking you to find new ways in your brain to go through these processes without so the neural pathways in your brain have been stagnant in that area probably for too long. So it's asking you and prompting your brain to find new and different ways to work through the Agent Smith mode. And if that means complete and total isolation, that's what it means. But I will tell you this, even in complete and total isolation, those entities that have known you before, have known you in previous lives, or known you in your childhood, or whatever it is, they will still find ways to come for you. They will try to use authority figures to pinpoint you. They will use any tactic available. And this doesn't mean always malevolence. Somebody, there's, suicide cults out there that will, pinpoint you and make you feel special, or call you out and give you accolades or whatever the hell it is. Spirit is telling you, do not accept any one way or another, because you don't build a solid foundation for any relationship off of extreme hatred or extreme love. So, and we're going through that on a real basis right now, especially in the U.S. with the all the king babies coming out of the woodwork and just explaining to us how they've always felt, how they've always been, basically excruciatingly misogynistic and just hating all feminine aspects of life in general. And when that becomes embodied, then they're like, oh, look, I own you because I am intimidated by you. I'm scared of you. And they should be. Because our power is so great and we're just been lied to about it. And so the terror is starting to take hold, and that comes out in the Agent Smith way, where the system itself that they have been programmed into believing should stand and should hold, irregardless of the consequences of that, no matter what, this system will hold. It's not holding. There's signs and symptoms of it everywhere. The government is collapsing like nobody's business. Don't believe me? Try to get in touch with your local government. Just try to call your local government right now. Get on the phone, call your local government. I pinky fucking swear they're not going to answer, bro. Pinky fucking swear. So it's collapsing. It's just not being advertised. Because right now they're focusing on, hating on white women, because we got to take the white women down. We are the most powerful demographic there is. And we have our faculties about us, and we are fucking livid. And I'm going to do this right now. I need a show of hands, and if you have a platform of any sort, you just need to ask this one fucking question. How many of you on the ballot that went into the physical machine, how many of you had to fill out a race and gender button? Anybody? Anybody have to tick in a little hole, or fill in a little knob, or tick a button that said I am a male or female, non-denominational person, entity, whatever the heck, or I am an African American, I'm Hispanic American, I am white American, whatever the hell it is. How many had to do that? Okay, so where are they getting these numbers from? Polls? Anybody taking a call and said, hey, can I get your race and gender and who you're voting for? Who's gotten that call? I've never gotten a call. Ever. Okay, so I am telling you right now, there's no basis for these numbers. There's none. And you're going to come at me and be like, but the authorities. Okay, that's fine. If you want to live that life, that's up to you. Probably want to get off this channel, because it's not going to be happiness for you from here on out. So we are stepping into this new paradigm of seeing through all the bullshit. Well, okay, some of us are stepping through the portal today of seeing through the bullshit, because it's total bullshit. And the Agent Smiths are just being obnoxious at this point. So you let them be the noxious, you let them do their thing, but you don't give in. You call them out, you say to them, I see what you're trying to do here. Can you explain to me the reasoning behind that? Can you explain to me why it is that you're hating on me? Can you explain to me why it is, or how it came to be, that I am the source of all your problems? Can you explain to me why you see fit or feel the need to waste so much vital life force energy on taking people like me down? Can you explain that to me? What is up with that? Because I can tell you this much. If they are pulling on you, you are already above them. And Matt, it sounds elitist, but that's just laws of physics, boys and girls. That's just the laws of physics, okay? If somebody is trying to yank you down, you are already leveling up, okay? And they're terrified of that, okay? They don't want that. This is literally the Matrix playing out in real time. It's creepy AF, dude. And I hear you. I understand you. I know it's fucking difficult. I know it's difficult. Listen to me. Listen to me. It is very real that there's a lot of people that just want other people to freaking not exist anymore. That's a real thing. There's cults out there that are dedicated to it, saying that they want the best for the world and the community, and they're trying to tear the man down and blah, 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 blah. When in actuality, behind the scenes, they're really misogynistic and gonna play into your little whatever it is, the cockles of your heart, and then just boom, hit you with the tower moment, expecting you to come down to their level. We have to understand that this is playing out in real time, and we have to not give into it. And so when you get frustrated with the younger generations moving into absurdism, they have to, because of the climate that we've allowed to fester. They have to step into I don't give a fuck mode. They have to, for their own survival, because we have created monsters and we have allowed them to fester and take control and authority over human functions. Okay, wakey wake. probably gonna put a trigger warning at the beginning of this video. But anyway, so this is the modality that we're existing in right now. And I know it blows, I know it's pathetic, and it hurts. It hurts a lot because you're just sitting here going, okay, I must have been a complete and utter cunt in my last 20,000 lives because this is some bullshit. So yes, possibly, maybe. It's okay to think that. It's okay to feel that. There's no shame here. I'm not going to tell you how you think, how you have to feel. Nothing. I'm going to tell you nothing. But you do need to hold on to the fact that this would never have come upon you had you not had to fulfill something here. Fulfill something. And so this pathway is now being brought in and opened, especially today on this portal. So I encourage you to deal with the bullshit head on. Don't let shit slide. Don't allow others to disrespect you, even a backhanded compliment, whatever else. Say, what did you mean by that? What was your purpose in saying that? Call them out. Make them sit in discomfort. Because you're going to have to sit in all the discomfort if you don't. Okay, and that's what they want. They want you to take their dark gift box of horrific tragicness that they feel within themselves. They want you to take that off their hands. Stop. You are killing their own healing. You are stopping their ascension by doing that. And I'm here telling you right now, I'm here to testify. When you continue to do that, you yourself incur really nasty karma. Okay, so they've got the empath thing a little wrong. They've got it a little wrong. They are some of the most toxic people that have been allowed to fester on the planet. They are the enablers, and we need to fucking start not. I said we, didn't I? Didn't I? That's right. I'm here to burn with you, bitches. Okay? But we need to not, because you're robbing other people of their possibility of ascension, their possibility of healing, just like they're trying to rob you of your possibility of ascending. Do you understand? Do you understand how this works? It's a two-way street. Ooh, child. Let's burn in that for a hot second. Let's take a little sip. Sippy sip. Okay. Still here. Still burning. And it's okay. We're going to make it through this. But that portal is going to burn all this shit off of us, right? So, and I know my sun's super bright today, and I love that. I so love that. But, yeah, I can barely see my candle going. Anyway, I thought maybe a black one would do. No? Okay. So, on this ascension journey, your task right now is to sit in the discomfort and then alchemize that. Maneuver it into something that you want to focus on. Whatever tings your heart. I'm not telling you what you got to do. Whatever it is. You need to be a thinker. You need to be a gardener. You need to be a healer. You need to be a reader. You need to be an oracle. You need to be a protector. You need to be a warrior. Those modalities of existing now have a whole plane of a field beyond good and evil, where we can indeed find ourselves and find our gifts. Okay. This is where the portal is taking us, to that field beyond good and evil. Okay, religion is taking a hit, and the people that need to stay in the 2D, because that's what religion is. Religion is 2D. When you tell a woman or a child that they mean nothing other than the furtherment of your genes, you are seeing paper cardboard cutouts. You're not even seeing 3D, okay? We have to start understanding how this multi-dimensional thing works, because this is going to not just be today. Okay. Pluto's moving into Aquarius on the 19th. The dimensions now are going to open to astronomical levels, and I mean that in the most literal way possible. Things that we wouldn't have even conceived of 3 months ago are going to be in our face and in reality. Okay. Aquarius is warp speed. Okay. And that might be putting it lightly. And Aquarius is technology, it's innovation, it's cleaning the air, cleaning the waterways, redoing the waterways, all this hurricane and blah. Okay, this is Aquarian energy, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, so Aquarius, did the whole let's move the land thing through the, Capricornian energy. So whole sounds got shifted, right? Because Aquarius and Capricorn are now fighting over Pluto, if you will. So we are coming up with more sea creatures. We're coming up with more solutions to decades-long problems that have just lied stagnant. I wouldn't be surprised if the governmental systems were run by AI shortly hereafter, because the amount of accountability that they will be demanded to take is, nobody's going to want that job. Nobody's going to want that job. And the people that are suited for it don't want the power. They don't want the power and the control. So this is going to be a very Aquarian time where these little tiny itty bitty communities come together, where there's less stress and more love. Okay, ideally. I know. Lady, take off those colored glasses. Lady, I understand. There's going to be those little creepy miniature cult things that pop up and be like, hey, we're going to destroy your spirit. Did you want to, not be here anymore with us because we don't like how you shine? Yeah, that's still going to be a thing, but they will be easier to detect, and they will be easily called out, and they will become easily brought to their knees. Okay, Aquarius does not put up with shit, and they are the trickster. That's the toxic side of Aquarius. They will trick you into your own evolution in the most malevolent way as possible. So we do need to be on guard for that. And that's part of that little community dynamic, right? There are those people that are going to play the Lokis and really just break out all the tricks, okay? And they'll play with your emotions, and they'll dabble in this and they'll dabble in that, and witchcraft is taken off like nobody's business. You need to understand how energetics work. And the fun part about that is the majority of the people that I've encountered that play in the malevolent realm have no concept of energy. They have no concept. All they know is, I'm hurting and I need to overflow this cup onto everybody else I encounter. That triggers my wounds. And so they're really easy to pick out. It's super easy now. I know it's going to start coming online for people like nobody's business. Like, oh, your life sucks. I don't want to hear about it. Why don't you go take care of that? That type of energy is coming online, okay? So that balance is going to be there. And you have to understand that the wounding is really deep. We are now dealing with a 2,000-year-old gaping wound, and it is now festering in our faces. It's now festering. And, that trickster energy is probably going to be what pulls us through this, because the other side is now completely transparent in their whatchamacallits. Whereas the feminine is dark, and you can't see there if you don't have the capabilities to see there. So we do have that going for us. As far as that type of scenario goes, I would encourage you to, this is going to sound crazy, I would encourage us to allow that. Freedom of speech doesn't need to take a hit right now. It doesn't. And it might hurt your butt, and it might frustrate you, and it might irritate the living shit out of you. Especially if you're an elder who did a lot of, advocation for rights, not just for women, but for all people. And so that's gonna need to still exist. That freedom of speech that people have is gonna need to still exist. We're just seeing the power of that right now, and when we get that brought into our face, what we can do with it is temper ourselves. It's a temperance thing. When you can temperance anything, the cosmos themselves will move. Pinky fucking swear. If you temper yourself, the cosmos themselves will move in order. I'm going to say that one more time. When you temperance yourself, you don't take the shit. You call it, you see it for what it is, and you do not become a doormat under any circumstances, but you temperance it. Okay? You rein that in and say, you know what? I see what you're doing right now. I'm not going to look past it. I'm not going to work around it. I'm going to call it for what it is, and you're going to move out of my way. The cosmos will shift if you can temperance your willpower. Okay. Your job is to get access, full access and possession of your faculties, mental, emotional, and spiritual soul energy. You're to call it back into your body, call it back into your existence, and then harness that and run it. Let those horses run. Just freaking drive that puppy all the way to the goal that you're supposed to be doing here. And the people that try to like come at you like Agent Smith, you'd be like, whatever, toodles, bye, I got shit to do. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Okay? So, and that's the real ticket, is understanding that, like, yes, it's crucial to understand how the dynamics of cult systems work and human dynamics in group systems work. Because it can become excruciatingly toxic. You know, oh God, what is that? The Mohan, something really toxic, freaking research study that was, you know, somebody put on a white coat and gave orders to other people that were in a room for shocking the person in the next room for giving the right or wrong answer. They were just taking orders, like, you know, okay, even though you got it right, you're gonna shock them. And I mean, there's blood curdling screams coming from the other. There, nobody was being shocked, but there was blood curdling screams coming from the other room. And the majority of the people who partook in this research project kept pushing the button to the point of, like, some of them killed people. So you have to understand that this is now in our faces, okay? So when I was saying, ladies, get yourself self-defense, weapons training, this was not a drill. It's not a drill. It never was a drill. This is not a drill. You go out and get weapons training, and you get self-defense courses. Do you understand? I got kicked off Facebook permanently for reposting something. Oh, Blackthorn was her name. She freaking posted this great thing for, like, you know, ladies with small hands. All the guns that were really, really good for small hands. Glocks are great. Glocks are fan-freaking-tastic. That's just my whatchamacallit. But you go to a shooting range and test them out. They'll let you test whatever gun you want. You can get an AKA if you want and go to town. It doesn't matter. But you need to know your way around a weapons, okay? And you need to know basic self-defense. Yeah, find a decent sensei, find a good-hearted person who knows what the hell they're doing and really wants to advocate for your protection. And you'll be able to feel that from now on. You'll be able to understand that in your core and move from that basis. Because today is the portal where we are going to push into, birth into, whatever you want to call it, into that more intuitive state, whether we like it or not. And we're going to be able to navigate those waters way easier. And that river is going to take us straight to where we got to go. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. We just have to stick to it. Okay? We can't let people bulldoze us any longer. We can't let the little piddly shit get to us. We can't do it. It's not worth it. Okay? If you are some petty whatever, you are going to have a horrific 2 years transition. horrific. If you are petty, you are so much trouble right now. Ooh. Okay. So, because it's keeping you from your directness. It's keeping you from calling your power back. It's keeping you from asserting your personal autonomy and sovereignty in this world. And that's why I'm like, I don't think we should get on the petty train, boys and girls, because it's not good. It's not okay. You're going to have to be sneaky and manipulative. And the repercussions for that is not going to be as slow as it has been. Capricorn is slow AF. Aquarius is light speed, dude. These dynamics are going to shift in ways that, okay? So, a lot of us are going to probably go dormant and stay dormant for a hot minute because there's going to be too much people, too much malevolence, too much chaos for people that are trying to elevate into a spiritual realm where we understand how all of these energetic patterns work. And so it's going to make it a little bit difficult to exist in public realms for a hot minute. Get yourself some healing spaces. Start those little healing community things. I cannot stress that enough. Start a healing community. And then you can ramp that up into a community of people that are on the same page, will take the same breath, will understand how this is supposed to work, and we will come together in those small little niche communities, and we will be the healers, and we will be the oracles, and we will help guide people through things. But we're also going to be able to physically, mentally, and emotionally support a whole ecosystem of people. Eventually, it's going to take a while. It's not going to be within the next 2 years, probably be 5 or 10 years until that really takes hold. But the grassroots are, the seeds have been scattered. So we just need to water them, give them some light, allow them their darkness, allow the darkness and the heat that comes with the breaking of that seed. And now I'm getting into weird talk. I'm getting there. It feels weird when I talk about it. It feels natural, but it feels different. So that gestation period is what we're going through right now. That, okay, we're in the darkness. We don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to sit with some hot things. Okay, we're going to have to sit in the heat and be broken open so that we can, okay? So being patient with yourselves, distancing yourselves from those toxic narratives is going to be your best friend right now. Just keeping a safe distance. And I know it's difficult because you understand that we are here to help assist, but we can't assist if we're constantly having to what the hell are you doing? It's not even a fly, because at least flies are symbolic of ancients coming to help you process the shit. This isn't even flies. This is you just get really confused over how people probably can't even conceive their own vital life force energy and what they're doing with it. We could be building something fantastic right now, but you're gonna waste your time on this petty bullshit? Okay, so you're going to have to understand that that's going to keep coming up, and you're going to have to sit in that and be like, okay, they're mad at me because my life doesn't suck, but they want my life to suck, so they're going to try to make my life suck because their life sucks, and they don't want me going through that portal. Okay, fine. You do you, I'm going to do me, and you just keep that. And that's the thing is, some people are like, how do you just cut off loved ones? You don't necessarily cut them off. You just block them on everything and send them love from a distance. You don't have to, hate the person. You just be like, look, I see what you're trying to do here, and I'm sorry you didn't do the healing inner work that I tried speaking into existence in your life, but it didn't work, and that's not my fault. But I can't deal with this energy anymore. It's not going to process in my system. The vibration frequency is literally pulling us apart. and I can't stay here anymore. It's physically impossible to sit in a conversation with these people any longer. It's physically impossible because you're like, I don't understand what you are saying, and I know you don't understand or comprehend the words that are coming out of my mouth. It's literally gonna be like that. So we need to stay in this pain and this discomfort and this heat, because that's gonna break the seed open and allow us to sprout and grow. Okay? So that's where we are right now. Deep breaths, always the breath work. You cannot be in a state of panic if you are breathing correctly. It is physiologically impossible. Get into your breath. Ask yourself back into your body. 5 things you can see. 4 things you can touch. 3 things you can taste. No. Smell, taste, touch, no, hear. So just either 1 or 5 things, however you want to work it. 5 things you can touch, 4 things, or 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Okay, that's calling everything back in, and then deep breaths, because that's literally calling your spirit and your faculties back into your body. Breath, spire, inspire, outspire, expire. Okay, spirit, you're calling it in through your breath. Okay, and then there, if you feel like it's too much toxic, force that breath all the way out. Get that toxic stuff, because sometimes that cyclical pattern just kind of sits there and like rotates and doesn't actually get expelled. So if you're feeling really like just bogged down or whatever, exhale really hard till you can't exhale anymore. Inhale. There's 1,000 different ways you can breathe. But inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. And when you inhale, do the work. Really fill up all the way to the bottom of your diaphragm, below your belly button. Make sure that stomach is being forced out. And when you release, just relax. It's like that tension dissipates. Okay. Okay. That's how you want to kind of get into that relax mode. That's going to set your central nervous system to, okay, we can relax now. Okay, so keep your breath in the front burner. Keep your faculties about you. Ask your spirit and your soul back in your body every morning when you wake up. Every single morning. I would like my faculties back, please. Thank you. So I hope this is going to be a gear that you can use in your mechanism. I'm going to continue on the sound therapy thing. And I don't even have anything. I don't have anything with me to